What if I told you that walking might actually be making your legs weaker after 70? I know it sounds surprising, maybe even a little unbelievable. After all, walking is the go-to exercise for millions of older adults. It's free, it's familiar, and it feels safe. But as someone with over a decade of experience working with seniors, I've seen a hidden truth that most people don't talk about. Walking alone is no longer enough to maintain strength, balance, or independence in your 70s and beyond. In fact, relying only on walking, especially without addressing deeper muscle loss and joint decline, can lead to fatigue, pain, and even dangerous falls. I've watched seniors who walk daily still struggle to get out of a chair, still lose muscle mass, and still feel frustrated by the decline they can't seem to stop. And here's the part no one tells you. The problem isn't your age, it's the missing piece in your routine. That's why, in this video, I'm going to show you 2 simple but powerful alternatives that can dramatically improve how you feel and move. They're gentle, effective, and can be done at home with little to no equipment. If you've ever felt like your daily walks just aren't cutting it anymore, you are not alone, and this video might be exactly what you need. But before we dive into these life-changing tips, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below if you've ever questioned whether walking is still working for you. I promise I read your comments, and your stories matter here. So now, let's take a closer look at what really happens to your body after 70 and why walking, despite all its benefits, may no longer be the complete answer to healthy aging. Part 1. Why walking may not be enough after 70. Millions of seniors walk every day, yet still fall, still get weaker. Why? It's a question I've asked myself countless times in my work with older adults. Walking has long been praised as the perfect exercise. It's free, low impact, and feels natural. But here's the truth most people don't hear. After 70, walking by itself is often not enough to preserve strength, protect your joints, or prevent the silent decline happening underneath. As we age, our joints naturally begin to wear down. The cartilage in your knees, hips, and ankles becomes thinner, making every step more taxing than it was decades ago. If you've ever felt soreness or stiffness after a walk, especially on hard pavement, that's your body signaling a deeper issue. For those living with arthritis, long walks can actually exacerbate inflammation and joint pain, doing more harm than good. But that's not all. Aging also brings something called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass. And walking, while helpful for circulation and general movement, does not engage your muscles deeply enough to counteract this loss. That's why many seniors find themselves feeling drained, off balance, or even dizzy after extended walks. I once worked with a gentleman named Harold, 75 years old, walked every morning without fail. But he kept falling. It wasn't until we added strength and balance-focused movement into his routine that he stopped falling and started regaining control. His story is not unique, and it's a powerful reminder that we need more than just movement. We need targeted support. So if walking leaves you feeling tired instead of strong, it's time to think differently. Coming up next, I'll introduce you to a simple yet powerful activity you can do at home. No floor mats, no getting down on the ground, and it just might change the way your body feels every day. Part 2. Chair yoga, the gentle way to stay strong. If walking alone no longer keeps you steady and energized, then you'll be glad to know there's a gentler, smarter way to stay active, and it starts with a chair. Chair yoga is one of the most underrated yet transformative forms of movement for older adults. Unlike traditional yoga, it doesn't require you to get down on the floor, balance on one foot, or hold difficult poses. Instead, it uses the support of a sturdy chair to help you stretch, strengthen, and stabilize your body, all while staying safe and grounded. Over the years, I've guided dozens of seniors through chair yoga routines, and I've watched as their flexibility improved, their posture straightened, and perhaps most important, their confidence returned. This type of movement may look simple, but it targets exactly what aging bodies need: reduced stiffness, better circulation, stronger muscles, and improved coordination. Gentle stretches like the seated forward fold can ease tight hamstrings and lower back tension. The seated spinal twist helps unlock your spine and reduce pressure built up over years of stress. Seated leg lifts strengthen the quadriceps, crucial for standing up from chairs and climbing stairs. And the cat-cow movement, even while seated, can increase spinal flexibility and help relieve neck and shoulder pain. These moves are low impact, but they're high in benefit. You don't need special equipment, just a chair, a quiet space, and a willingness to begin. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can leave you feeling more relaxed, mobile, and in control of your body. One of my clients told me, chair yoga gave me back my mornings. And that's the power of small, consistent effort. Up next, we'll take things one step further by introducing a second practice, one that strengthens not just your balance, but also your bones. You don't want to miss this. Part 3. Strength Training. Building strength without strain. While chair yoga gently wakes up your muscles and improves flexibility, strength training is what builds lasting resilience, the kind that protects your bones, powers your movements, and helps you remain independent well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Strength training? At my age? But let me assure you, this isn't about lifting heavy weights or doing intense gym workouts. In fact, when done correctly, even light resistance training can be one of the most powerful tools to slow down and even reverse age-related muscle loss. I've worked with older adults who thought they were too frail or too late to start, and after just a few weeks of simple, consistent training, they felt stronger, steadier, and more confident doing everyday tasks like carrying groceries, getting up from bed, or walking upstairs without help. That's the power of rebuilding your muscles where it matters most. Simple exercises like bicep curls with light dumbbells can restore strength in your arms and shoulders. Chair squats help retrain your legs and hips, crucial for fall prevention and mobility. Seated leg extensions strengthen the quadriceps, and resistance band exercises provide gentle tension that supports your joints while challenging your muscles. The key is not intensity, but consistency. Start slow, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and focus on form and breathing. Over time, your body will respond. And you won't just notice the physical changes, you'll feel more energized, more upright, and more capable. One client of mine, who hadn't lifted anything heavier than a teacup in years, told me, "Now I can pick up my grandchild without fear." That's the beauty of strength built wisely. In the next section, I'll show you how to combine these two practices, chair yoga and strength training, into a simple weekly routine that's both effective and sustainable for life after 70. Part 4. Weekly Routine. The smart way to stay active without overdoing it. Now that you understand the power of chair yoga and strength training, the question becomes, how do you fit both into your life without feeling overwhelmed or worn out? The answer lies in a smart, balanced weekly routine, one that supports your body without pushing it too hard. Over the past decade, I've seen firsthand that consistency always beats intensity, especially for those of us over 70. The goal isn't to train like an athlete. It's to move with purpose, protect your independence, and feel good doing it. Here's the routine I recommend to most of my older clients. On Mondays, start your week gently with 15 to 20 minutes of chair yoga. It's a great way to reset your posture, ease joint stiffness, and wake up your circulation. On Tuesdays, shift to 20 to 30 minutes of light strength training, working on arms, legs, and core with dumbbells or resistance bands. Wednesdays are for rest or light walking, just enough to keep your body moving without stress. Thursday, back to chair yoga, focusing on flexibility and breath. On Friday, add another short strength session to reinforce muscle memory. Saturday, use chair yoga again to keep mobility fluid. And Sunday is your day to rest, stretch gently, or take a peaceful stroll if the weather's nice. This rotation allows your muscles to recover while staying active throughout the week, something essential for reducing fall risk, building endurance, and keeping inflammation down. The beauty of this rhythm is that it's flexible. You can shorten or stretch each session depending on how you feel, but by staying committed to the pattern, you'll start to feel real change, not just in your strength, but in your energy, your balance, and your confidence. And in the final section, I'll share the most important takeaway of all, a mindset shift that could redefine how you approach aging from this day forward. Aging isn't the end of your story, it's the beginning of a wiser, more intentional chapter. You don't have to run marathons or lift heavy weights to stay strong. You simply need to move with purpose, with care, and with consistency. Over the past decade, I've worked with so many people who believed it was too late to make a change. They felt stuck, slowed by joint pain, balance issues, or the fear of falling. But once they made small adjustments, swapping exhausting walks for gentle chair yoga or adding just a few minutes of strength training each week, their confidence returned. They didn't just move better, they lived better. And that's what I want for you too. Your health in your 70s and 80s isn't determined by age, it's shaped by the actions you take today. The exercises I shared with you in this video aren't complicated. They're not expensive, but they are powerful. They help protect your bones, rebuild lost muscle, and restore the kind of everyday strength that gives you freedom. The freedom to rise from a chair, to walk confidently, to carry your groceries, to play with your grandkids. So let me ask you, what will you start doing differently this week? What's one thing from this video that truly resonated with you? I'd love for you to share it in the comments. I read every single one. If this video helped you rethink the way you age, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next practical, heart-centered tip. Remember, the smallest step can lead to the biggest shift. Keep moving with grace, and never forget, you still have so much strength inside you, more than you think. And I'm here to help you find it.